Hey y'all, you're welcome to another edition of my YouTube videos. So in this video for today, I'm going to be telling you about what you don't know about scholarships. But before I get into that, let me introduce you to my background. Take a look at it. So here we've got world's largest pyramid of books registered in Limca Book of Records 2013. So Limca Book of Records is more or less just like Guinness Book of Records. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so let's get into our content for today. So before I begin the video, I'd like to apologize for holding this mic like this. In my last video, a lot of you complained I wasn't audible enough. So bear with me. You've probably gone to Google at least once and then you typed scholarships abroad. You read for like 10 minutes and then you gave up because you couldn't find what you're looking for. It doesn't always work like that. Well, sometimes you may find something, but uh, that's not always the case. So this video is just to tell you about like a brief overview about scholarships, right? So it's important you listen to this because you won't go to apply for scholarships without knowing what to expect. At least you should know like what the scholarship is all about, the type of scholarship it is. You know what to expect, right? First and foremost, we have the fully funded scholarships and the partially funded scholarships. So for fully funded scholarships, they cater for probably everything such as your tuition fee, accommodation, feeding, insurance, sometimes a personal allowance, and maybe your flight ticket, but not in all cases, right? So at least if scholarship is fully funded, it should cover 100% of your tuition fee and maybe accommodation. So now the partially funded scholarships, these ones may cover maybe half of your tuition fee, such as 50% of your tuition fee, and then you have to take care of the rest. You have to take care of maybe your accommodation, feeding, and the rest. Okay, so let's move on to the next classification, that is the Bright classification. Just kidding. There's nothing like Bright classification. I'm just making this up. All right, but let's assume there's a Bright classification. So in this class, we have government-funded scholarships. We've got university-funded scholarships and organizational-funded scholarships. So I'll start with university-funded scholarships. So these ones are provided by the university. Mostly, you'll find this in places like United States, Canada, Australia, and maybe other universities around the world which provide for admission. All right. So these scholarships maybe they cover at least maybe half of your tuition fee or a certain percentage of your tuition fee. Some may cover maybe just like 10%, 25%, 50, and so on, right? And you have to cater for your accommodation, your feeding, flight, and the rest, everything else which is needed. Right? Me, I don't personally prefer the scholarships because for you to get them, you need to sort of apply for admission in a university. Once you get the admission, then you apply for scholarships. And the challenge with applying for admission is that most universities will require uh, an application fee. Okay, I'll make a separate video on how to skip the application fee, like how to apply for application without paying any application fee. So these ones are mostly partially funded scholarships. Sometimes it's quite hard to get a fully funded scholarship by a university, but it's quite possible. Yeah, it's possible, but it's hard, and you need to have a lot of achievements. For example, if you're a holder of GCA advanced level, uh, you need to have at least 24 or 25 points with a lot of extracurricular activities, a lot of other engagements before you can be considered for that. That being aside, we have the organizational funded scholarships. You've probably heard of the DAT scholarships in Germany. You've heard of maybe the Islamic funds in Turkey. You've heard of the Gates scholarship, right? So these ones are organizational funded scholarships. And for this, you need to first apply for admission in a university. Once you get your admission letter, then you can apply for these scholarships, and they may or they may not contact you. So sometimes as well, they are also partially funded scholarships. but they may be fully funded scholarships at times. But if you're applying for medicine, if you have consideration in applying for medicine, scholarships provided by the university and organizations will not be a good choice for you because it's hard to see a university giving scholarships for medicine. Yeah, it's very hard. Medicine, dentistry, and sometimes pharmacy. So that takes us to the third class where we have the government funded scholarships. These are the most preferred because they are comprehensive and easy to understand, and as well they are very competitive because here they are easy to apply, so mostly everyone applying for scholarships will go to this direction. So this one to cover accommodation, your tuition fee, feeding, insurance, personal allowance, and sometimes even a flight ticket. So you'll find this in places like Russia, China, Japan, Turkey, Romania, India. India used to do that, but in the last year it's tough. If you have interest in applying for medicine, this will be the good choice for you. Another good thing with the government funded scholarships is that you don't need to apply for application in a university prior to that. Once you apply for scholarships, for the government funded scholarships, and you're granted, you're placed in a university. Some may give you the option of choosing your university, but in some cases you'll be placed in a university such and you won't need to pay any application fee. The procedure for applying for these government funded scholarships, some countries will take applications via the embassy, and some may take via an online portal or something like that. While some may take both at the embassy and both at the online portal. So for the requirements of the scholarship, it all depends on the country. Sometimes they organize an examination, like a competitive examination, but in some cases it's just a competitive selection of documents, right? Like you submit your documents and then they examine it, and if you are eligible, then you apply. You're given the scholarships. I'm not going to go deep into scholarship requirements in this video. I'm gonna make a separate video for requirements, right? So, but I'm just gonna tell you that different universities or different scholarship programs will have different requirements. Then the last but not the least, we've got the real and the fake scholarships. Just kidding. So the season for applications, but the season where you'll find most scholarships is around December, through February. Those which require admission into university, like I said, you need to first apply for your admission, and once you get that, then you can apply for scholarships. So those scholarships in that category may go up to even June, but for government funded scholarships around January you start getting the applications open. So get ready because it's gonna be hot. If you guys want me to make videos on how to apply for admission itself in universities, be sure to leave that in the comment section. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you like the video and you like to get more content on that, you can check out my first video and subscribe to the channel, like this video and share so that you don't miss any scholarship opportunities which I will be sharing in this channel. Okay, so stay tuned and see ya.